How was work?
It was all right.
Okay. Did you ever get a chance to go to the grocery store?
No. So what do you want for dinner?
I'm not really sure, whatever you feel like.
Oh.
Does this sound familiar? Every couple that we talk to, these are the same kinds of questions that are common in your day-to-day. Hi, I'm Susan Block, and this is...
I'm Katie Lemieux. We're both licensed marriage and family therapists here in South Florida. So when we talk to couples and ask about their communication, a lot of times they'll say, yeah, we communicate. But when we ask about their communication, it's a lot more like the business of the day. So not really exciting, not intimate, not friendship building. So we want to share with you a few ideas, tips for you to have a better communication.
And these are questions that you have to ask one another just to kind of communicate throughout the day, but it's really not a way to connect as a couple. So one question that you can begin with is a question that Katie and I are going to engage in. So my question to you is, it's a very random question, but What's your favorite tree?
Okay, what's my favorite tree? That's interesting. So I really love the look of a willow tree, but when you first say that, I think of a birch tree because I grew up on my front yard, we had a birch tree, and birch trees peel. So we would always peel the tree, and my mom would catch us and she'd be like, do you want someone to peel your skin? And then so we'd stop. So that's the first thing I thought of when I thought of a tree.
Okay, that's interesting because it really brought you back to your childhood memory, which when you were talking about it, I noticed your whole face lit up.
Yeah, many first day of school pictures actually I think were in that tree or by that tree. Wow. So I'm sure, if I post online or something like that, you'll see the tree there.
Okay, great.
So what about you? What's your favorite tree?
I grew up in South Florida, so to me a palm tree just represents, childhood memories, going to the beach. But something that I really haven't done in a while, and being that you asked me this question, I really love just being around nature and going to some of the nature centers and walking around and listening to the leaves, under my feet crunching and the trees, rustling. And that's just something that I really haven't done in a while, and maybe we can do that sometime together.
Cool. I'd love to. So these are just a way to get some conversation started, and obviously Susan's never asked me about my favorite tree, nor have I asked hers, but we get to know each other on a deeper level. So we encourage you guys to do this, and we have some ideas, resources for you guys. One of my favorite things, I use this with both couples and teens, is loaded questions. It's actually a game you can pick up at Target, but it has all these cool questions. What would be an unusual way to settle a feud? That's interesting, right? What about you, Susan? What?
You had mentioned actually this book called Just Ask, and it's actually an app that you can get on your phone, and there's probably millions of apps that you can use and find, and just little ways to ask each other questions that are not just yes or no answers, but that you really want to think about, and things maybe that you haven't thought a lot about, but that you can use to connect and dig a little bit deeper to get to know your partner again, almost like when you were dating.
Right. Another book, the Book of Questions. So I'm sure that you guys could together maybe go to a bookstore and find some books about different questions and just begin asking each other.
And not only can you use this as a couple, but engaging your kids in this is really fantastic, like a question of the day, or something that we've actually suggested to some of the clients and couples we work with is send a question via text in the morning and think about what the answer would be, and you can either text it back throughout the day or have your answer waiting so when you're sitting down and having dinner together you can engage.
Yeah, and who knows what you'll be talking about or what childhood memories will be brought up. So we thank you for tuning in. I'm Katie Lemieux. You can find me at familyandcouplescounseling.com.
And I'm Susan Block, and you can find me at CoralSpringsCounselingCenter.com.